Welcome back, you beautiful people. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor, and we are back in the counselor's office with another episode of the Counselor Reacts. Today we have a spicy topic, and it's Destiny. Listen, the final shape's coming out. It's the big finale of this long saga that I've spent too many years playing this game. I'm gonna see it through. So yes, there's gonna be a lot of Destiny. I promise you we're gonna get back to other content. I promise you. But for like a while now, we're gonna be doing Destiny. Talking about Destiny, Into the Light brought some juicy, good content, including Onslaught, Pantheon, but also the Whisper exotic mission and 0 Hour. Here we have an article by GameSpot, the GameSpot. Bungie responds to Destiny 2 0 Hour difficulty complaints, saying it's not meant to be easy. I'm going to read the article and then I'm going to give you my opinion because I think it's fair. Bungie addresses players' complaints about Destiny 2's challenging 0 Hour mission, stating it's not meant to be easy. 0 Hour, a popular exotic mission in Destiny 2, first introduced in the Season of the Drifter, has made a comeback with the free Into the Light updates. Since its re-release on May 14th, many players, both new and experienced, have expressed worries about the mission's difficulty, even on normal difficulty mode. The primary complaint centers around the mission's normal difficulty mode, which many players have found overwhelmingly hard, mainly due to the enemy's power level being 1830 instead of the listed 1810. Some fans took to the online forums calling the exotic mission absurdly difficult and a brutal experience. In response to players' concerns, Bungie addressed the fans' concerns, replying to a thread on the official Bungie forum. The developer clarified that the challenging nature of the mission, even on normal difficulty, was intentional. If you encounter enemies that are 1830 power level, it's not a bug, and that was meant to be that way. The mission, even on normal, is not meant to be easy, Bungie stated. This response has sparked mixed reactions among players. Some appreciate the transparency and the attempt to provide a significant challenge. Others, however, feel that the difficulty level is too steep, potentially alienating less experienced players and those who play casually. It's challenging, but honestly, not even that bad. People are over-exaggerating. One Reddit user wrote, making exotic missions vary drastically in difficulty when all exotic missions are about the same usefulness makes no sense, another user replied. Reddit user Organic Machine wrote, seems like a weird choice. Whisper is easier and shorter with the same time limit. The lack of consistency is odd and a bit frustrating. As the debate continues, it remains to be seen whether Bungie will make any adjustments to the mission's difficulty. And that's the article. As we can see here, someone Awakened Monk. I understand you're busy, but I feel like this is pretty hard to me, even though I have solo dungeons and 100 resilience and recovery. Don't have a photo, but you can load it up and see for yourself. And then Bungie obviously makes their statement about, yeah, this is not meant to be easy. This is gonna be elitist hat moment. There as a 2% gamer, I don't see myself as a 1% because I don't religiously play this game and I don't have like thousands of raid clears, and I'm a 2%er. Like, I've been here from the beginning. I've done some solos, I've done flawless runs, I've done day ones, I've done everything conceivably possible in the game. Done flawless trials, comp, the whole shebang bang. I've consumed this game in its entirety, and I can confidently tell you that at least to me, 1% of the game is actually challenging. Like 1%. You got your GMs, your master raids. Some people will even throw raids in there. Trials, comp, Pantheon, which is not sticking around, and now we have 0 Hour. And what's interesting is I have soloed dungeons. They don't state all dungeons, because I guarantee there's some dungeons that are easier than other dungeons, which is interesting because they talked about, someone made the statement of how the difficulty varies and yet the usefulness of the exotic mission is about the same, which is not true. Take, for instance, the new Starcross mission, which I consider baby's first exotic mission. It's short, it's easy. Someone's grandma could play this exotic mission, and the exotic weapon sucks. Like it's very mid. Then you have 0 Hour, which has Outbreak Perfected, which is a solid pulse rifle, which is getting a massive buff. Also, pulse rifle's getting that 38% buff. Overall, and it's technically exotics are getting a 10% nerf, so it's going to be about 28%. It's going to round out at 28% buff. But it is going to be one of the best exotic pulse rifles in the game. And it's been used in day ones to help defeat bosses like Caretaker. When Val came out, people used Outbreak to blast through Caretaker on day one contest. So yes, I don't see people using Wishkeeper in the same sense. So, not all exotics are the same usefulness. 2, my counter argument is we've always had variety and difficulty. For example, Spire is going to be a little bit easier than doing Ghost of the Deep. In fact, people complained, and I'll admit there was too much health, especially doing solo on Ghost of the Deep, the final boss. But the Spire boss is, in my opinion, easier than Ghost of the Deep. Shattered Throne, it may be more difficult in comparison. Trying to think of what our dungeons are to Grasp of Avarice. Grasp of Avarice, that boss is so open, it's easy to maneuver, it's easy to hide. Whereas the Shattered Throne dungeon, you are on the platform and you're literally touching butts with the boss and the knights. Destiny has always had variety in when it comes to difficulty. Nothing is on one scale. And there's going to be people that don't like that. And I understand you. But I think it's okay to have that. Because for some people, they want challenge, and some people, they don't. And I think there should be different variety. Same thing for exotic missions. We have Starcross, which is very easy. We have 0 Hour, which is at the high end. And you have the kind of like the middle ground, which is Whisper right now. We have the Seraph Bunker. There's also the Mars one where you get Dead Messenger. I forgot what it's called. I should have a list of them, but I don't. But the Dead Messenger, where you're on Mars, there's a time limit, but it's not as spicy as 0 Hour. But you have less time than you do in 0 Hour, even though it's not as hard. See, there's a trade. There's back and forth, and I think that's fine. I think people want everything to be catered to them. And I'm going to be honest, I have the same kind of way. Like, I want things to be this way in Destiny. And that's okay. You can subjectively have that opinion. But the reality is there should be challenge for those that want challenge. There should be easy for those that want easy. And I'm going to be honest with you. This mission on normal used to be 20 minutes. You have almost a full hour. If you are struggling, it's the team that you are on. And if it's not the team that you are on, then you need to do some retrospect and look at yourself. Is it me? Learn the encounters. Some people just want to jump in and do it and expect to succeed. You need to understand the encounters. There's 3 encounters in this mission. There's your start encounter where there's just a bunch of enemies at the get-go. Then there's the middle where it's a lot of traveling and jump encounters, no enemies, which is a big chunk of it, to be honest. And then you have the final boss, which has a lot of enemies. But if you're smart, there's certain places you can hide and duck, and you can kind of maneuver around. If you're trying to do this solo, why are you complaining? I'm just saying, if you're trying to do this solo, it's meant to be a challenge on solo. If you are doing this with 2 other people, then you need to look at your team and you need to look at your own composition. Have builds. There's this part of the community that refuses to do builds and have functioning meta builds. And I get it. We don't always want to play meta, but sometimes you have to concede to the fact that, you know what? I've got to have a meta build for harder content. If I want to do the thing, I'm going to have the things to do it. It's like working like a plumber. He comes in, he doesn't always want to use the same tool, but in order to do the job, he has to use the right tools for it. It makes sense. You don't want someone using a coat hanger to tighten up the bolts on your whatever. You don't want someone trying to use a toy hammer to beat something in, like putting something on your wall. You're not going to use a toy hammer. You're going to use a real hammer. I'm not going to use a Nerf gun. I'm going to use a real gun when I'm playing a game, right? I know that sounds elitist, but that's the reality. If you're running in this quest with a sweet business, it's a you problem. It's a you problem. And if you are casual, and that's the thing, they talk about casuals. I think there's different levels to casual. There is casual, like I come in, I play the new thing, and then I dip out. Then there's casual where I play for a couple hours each day, but Destiny's still the game I play. Like I've played Destiny for years, or for a year, or for a month, and I play a couple hours a day or an hour a day. You're still familiar. Destiny's your game. It's not like you come and go, but you understand Destiny. I think that's important because there's different levels of casual. There's people who are actively wanting to play the game versus people who just consume new content and dip out. For those that are just trying to consume the content and dip out, this isn't for you. This is not for you. You have to put in the work. For people that have a couple hours, you may not like that you may have to learn and take time to learn, but that's like anything in life. If you want to do something well and do it good, you have to take time to do it. I mean, you're spending at least 40 minutes of your time to do it in the first place. That it shouldn't take you that. A good team should take 20 minutes. Even on the jumping, your hardest part is going to be the jumping encounters. Honestly, once you get ad clear down and you got the weapons, because a lot of it is just matching elements at the beginning. It goes void, then arc, and then solar. So you could hot swap your exotic weapons or whatever and just kill everything pretty quickly. After that, it's just surviving. It's brutal because people don't understand, like Trevor. People don't know how to actually do things. It's not necessarily the damage, because you do the same damage on Legend. Let that be known. You do the same damage on Legend as you do normal. You may take in more damage, but you do the same damage. So once you get it down and you want to take on Legend, you're good because you already have your kit ready that can transfer to the Legend version. I don't know. Again, I might be elitist, but I think it's a W that we have something challenging for once that's staying, and Bungie's holding to their guns and saying, no, it's this way. And it was always this way. I don't want everything to be baby's first exotic mission. I think we should have some easy content so everyone can enjoy. Just like Ruined Nightmares is everyone's baby's first raid. And I'm glad that they now have that for anyone to do. But at the same time, we need like Proto, where it's harder, like day one harder. We need hard content for those that want it. I think you can have the best of both worlds. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm Mr. Gaming Counselor. As always, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel for more. I know I made some people mad, but I don't care. I mean, I care that you struggle. I do care, and I think you should do Sherpas. Find people that were willing to help you. Literally, if you have a good team, anyone can do this. So find a good team, and I hope you can still enjoy it. But if you're one of those people that are puffed up, that are unwilling to do that, and you just want to complain, and you're not going to be happy until it's just nerfed to the ground to where it's easy to do, know that I personally don't care what you think or feel. I don't. I truly, truly don't. Not everything has to be Minecraft level. But I do think the community should be open to help people who are struggling and help you experience it and have a fun time. I think you can. I did it on LFG, and usually I'm the first one to call out when Fireteam Finder or LFG is just garbage. There's a lot more people that are patient and willing to help you. You're still going to find bad apples, but leave that group. Don't subject yourself to it. Find a good group. Create your own, saying you're wanting to learn. Have patience with you, and you're going to find people that are going to willing to help you. They're out there. Trust me, especially for an exotic mission like this. There's more people than a raid or that are willing to help you. So please try that before you decide you're going to quit and give up on 0 hour. As always, game out.